Hello, and welcome, my YouTube friends. Welcome to your Whispers of Lovers read for February 2021. I'm your reader, Mark-Angela Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark-Angela Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hi. Hi. Really enjoying these oracle reads. I did one yesterday. It just took forever to process. It just hit at noon today. This one I hope goes out today as well, so I can get back to work on those timeless true love reads that have the extendeds on Vimeo, but one step at a time. I really enjoy doing these at the end of the month, the beginning of the month, these oracle reads. They're fun for me, all signs. I don't do a lot of all sign readings on the channel, so it's a nice break from the series work that I do, all signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, you get it? So it's called the Whispers of Lovers read because we're using the Whispers of Lovers, the Whisper of Love Oracle, and by Blue Angel Publishing and also Blue Angel Publishing. The Lovers Oracle. This is the Whispers of Lovers Oracle read. I could have called it that, but not enough room on the thumbnail. So, very simple. It is a general read. You know the YouTube reading rules, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're going to start with Aries, go all the way down through Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I do suggest writing down the messages or watching back, because if you do know your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, I just find if you write them out, and sometimes I will, Post-its are easy enough, right? Just write them down and then just kind of switch them around on the table and get all sorts of different messages from them. And I think that's a fun thing to do for an all signs reading. It's particularly when the words are literally written on the cards. But my guides and my masters are ready to rock and roll. It's been a busy morning. Taught a class last night on my Facebook page, the Drawing the Circle Facebook page, Divine Matrons and Patrons. It was a hoot, so I invested in getting Zoom Pro so that I can do the Zoom meetings on my Facebook page, Drawing the Circle Productions. If you are interested, I'm going to be doing tarot parties there. It all came through this morning. I'm like, okay. So I upgraded and I'm ready to rock and roll. So let's get up in this gig. Feet on the floor if you can, depending on where you are. Focus on your breath. You'll hear me say breathe. That's for me, but if you would like to take that as a cue to just breathe, come into that moment of alignment and see what resonates. Cool. Feel what resonates is the right word. Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box. They always remind me to say that when I do this, and this feels really lovely. Now, because it is the Whispers of Lovers, these will probably be more romantic sexual, though we'll see what comes up. Plenty of these cards do not come right out and call it that way. So let's tune in here. This is the voices of the higher selves. This deck is consecrated to 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, and the Lovers Oracle consecrated to my angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved of love, the pantheons of love, I just call that, right? So please, here we go. Anything else I gotta explain? No, there we go. They give me the sign of Aries, and let's do this. Higher selves of all involved, using the Whispers of Love Oracle. Please, let's do this reading. One card in clarity for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is the message? You want me to put these all out at once? I absolutely will. That'll be so much fun. We did that yesterday. I enjoyed that. Great. All right. So the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is their Whisper of Love for February 2021? Taurus, what is the Whisper of Love for them? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021. Gemini, Whisper of Love Oracle card, February 2021, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Cancerian, there you are, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is their Whisper of Love? Higher selves of all involved for February 2021. Leo, the lovely Leos, there you are. One card in clarity, please. Their higher selves, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021. Virgo, higher selves of all involved, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Whisper of Love, February 2021. I just say that until the card hits my hand, really. I don't have to keep saying it. Libra, one card in clarity Please, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Whisper of Love, February 2021, Scorpio. I could just say Scorpio, same thing, but I won't. Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, please. The higher selves of all involved, their whisper of love, whisper of love, February 2021, Sagittarians, Sagittarian asses, please, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, whisper of love, February 2021, Capricorn, same dealio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, whisper of love, February 2021, Aquariums, Aquarius, Aqualungs, please, one card in clarity, higher selves of all involved, their whisper of love for February 2021. And Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, higher selves of all involved, please, their whisper of love, February 2021. Great. Now what we're going to do is pull these lovers oracle cards as I flip each one over. Ready, Aries? You have got so close to being an ABBA song. Take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. Now, that is true when we open the heart chakra, voluntarily at least, right? Because it is saying take a chance, so there is a willpower, the choice, you know, spit, swallow, or chew, the throat chakra. What are you going to do? You're going to spit it out, you're going to say what you say, you're going to swallow it. Sometimes that's appropriate. You're going to chew on it for a little while, this decision. So let's see what the Pantheons of Love have to say with that. Or about that, please, right? Flip them so that the picture side up. My Pantheons of Love, please clarify for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021 with Take a Chance on Love. Passion. Really, really good Calvin Cooler back in the day. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. And take a chance on it. Now, look, Aries, your cardinal fire, right? King of Wands, right? So you have that cardinal energy to really make a bold move. Creative energy, sexual energy, fire energy, all sort of the same thing there. And, you know, passion, as much as passion is such a beautiful word, it is neutral. Right, crimes of passion, right? What we do when we are inflamed and enraged, but that's not what this feels like. That this is about bringing the element of water, taking the chance on love, the emotional aspect of that with that element of fire. Because yes, if there is something magnetic and seductive around you at the present, take a chance on it. And if you change your mind, there's the next in line. Honey, you're still free. Take a chance on thee. Ridiculous. All right, Taurus, here we go. What do you got? What's your whisper of love? Be willing to express love, a little similar to Aries, but probably more verbal and action-oriented. When we express love, we begin to receive more love, and that is true. Even when you give love to yourself through the quantum unity of fifth dimensional consciousness, you are sending out that love, right, to all hearts. So be willing to express love. This is really feeling very throat chakra, so please, my collective pantheons, clarify this for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. And I think that really works well with when we express love, we begin to receive more love. The Course in Miracles says that really anything that comes as a result of love, and I don't mean the crazy toxic kind, I mean like when divine love is present, the result is a miracle, right? Whether it's through forgiveness or understanding or acceptance, but particularly when we speak from love without rehearsal, right? I know we're supposed to like, what do I want to say to him? What do I want to say to her? What should I say? But when it comes to expressing love, sometimes it's just like, I have no other words other than I love you, right? Those three words are such terrifying things to say and sometimes terrifying things to hear if you're not ready for them. But with the card of healing and being willing to express love, it feels like it's a healing thing. So this may not necessarily be romantic, right? This could totally be about a friend, a family member, maybe even yourself. To express love to yourself seems a little awkward at first, but we hear so much about self-love, and sometimes self-love is just about, you know what? I feel sad. It's okay. And you talk to your heart like the child that it is. The inner child is the heart chakra. A brilliant way of looking at that work. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Show simple acts of kindness, will ya? You crazy Geminis. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. So simple act of kindness, right? You don't have to build a barn in their backyard, right? You don't have to regrout their tub. Just simple act of kindness. Let's see what Pantheons of Love have to say about that. Please, my Pantheons of Love. One card in clarity for that Gemini with show simple acts of kindness, February 2021. Romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. So it seems like this simple act of kindness is not just romantic, but that it might be, in a way, a symbolic or magical or spiritual carrier of Cupid's dart, right? And when I align my head and heart, I'm ready to launch the Cupid's dart for the well-being of all with harm to none, as I will it, so let it be done. You know, it's not what you do, it's why you do it. Really, the gods care very little about what we do. It's why we do it. What is the motivation, right? The what is the caboose. The why is the engine that drives it forward. So a simple act of kindness to, in some way, and it's funny, all three of these first ones are really in some way about expression, right? Take a chance on love, be willing to express love, and show simple acts of kindness. Not all of the whispers of love are like that. Let's see what the Cancerians got. They tend to be a little bit more internal. Romance. Rock on, romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. Now, again, that's active. Lavish. Now, I know we're in Mercury retrograde right now, and oh, the shades of lovers past do come back to haunt. I call it ex-lover flash floods sometimes. Thank God I'm not leaving my house and no one's getting it until I see their medical records. You know, let's see the Pantheons of Love for the Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm with romance, and yes, I'm aware they can have a romance with art and a romance with God and all of that. It just doesn't feel like that. Please, for the Cancerian collective, please clarify. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your words, apparently. Let me try that again. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Okay, now that sounds more Cancerian, not that Cancerians are resentful. Oh no, I wouldn't dare say it. You'd resent me for it. I was raised by a Cancerian mother. Y'all can hold some grudges for a while. So there might very well be a need to let go of resentment here, either to move forward with a romance in your life. But if you're feeling resentful, like, honey, look, I'm gay. If you can't tell, really, check the batteries in your gaydar. But sometimes, I just finished listening to the audiobook of Circe by Madeline Miller. I'm like, let's turn them all into pigs, right? Not pigs. So, you know, what is that about? That can absolutely be, for myself, all the rogues gallery that I've had romantic relationships with. I mean, just really gypsies, tramps, and thieves, and a lot worse. So, you know, so I get that there may be this romance that is either in your life or really feels like it's going to be, and the temptation, or at least the emotion there, to lavish your affection and attention on somebody, maybe that's coming towards you. But is this a Mercury retrograde come around? Is it a comeback? Is it a loop-de-loop, right? That there may be some resentment here, and you know, you're going to have to play that out. See, that's the thing with general reads. I got to kind of leave you there unless I just start layering and grabbing other cards, and then we're here for 3 hours. And, you know, watch the Path of True Love reads, right? The True Love readings I'm doing now. Check the soulmate contract reads if that's your thing, because I have been a spiritual counselor, teacher, and witch for the path of true love for a very, very, very long time. People come to me because they know I've been through it. Yeah, let's not go talk to a celibate about romance. For Leo, act as if your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. Act as if they are with you always. So you will always consider them. Now, a lot of people do that in terms of visualization if they're not with somebody. Lord knows I've done it. I mean, I read creative visualization back in paper back in the 80s, right? Creative visualization, Shakti Gawain, Goddess Rest Her Soul. But to act as if. It seems that these first 5 cards down seem very masculine energy. I mean, unless you are the recipient of that, which is possible in a general read. To take action, right? Seems not so much the reception, but the action, not the absorbing, but the transmitting. So act as if your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. Act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. And if you have a telepathic bond, an empathic bond, or a tele-empathic bond with somebody, that's relatively easy to do, though often confusing. Am I feeling this? Is this them? I can't tell, right? How much pendulum work are you going to do in one day? Breathe. My pantheons of love, please clarify for the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Act as if their partner is here. Is that 1 card or 2? Just 1, right? All going the same way. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't like flippers. I am a Virgo. Well, I like flippers on fish. Oh, frogs, I guess. Breathe. For the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, you threw me 2 cards and it knocked me off balance. Pretty bird, dove, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Hence, act as if your partner is here. I'm feeling for a lot of Leos because they can be very loyal. Pay attention to your solar plexus. Yes, you're ruled by the sun. Aside from that, that's where you store your honor code. Really, like if somebody asks you to do something and this makes a fist, don't do it. It's saying that violates my own personal honor code. And your honor code shifts and changes over time. I say it all the time. It's about boundaries. Don't talk to strangers is great for a 40-year-old. It's a fucking nightmare on a 44-year-old, right? How are you going to order food? Well, on your phone, I guess. So that thing of really paying attention to that as you act as if your partner is here, because if it's act as if your partner is here, it indicates that your partner, either you haven't met them yet, and that's a lovely journey if you can do it, right? To kind of put yourself in the frequency band of their vibration, but it's saying there's a larger plan in play. This is all talking about the divine plan, right? Is that the ineffable great plan, right? The quantum unity of it. All probabilities play out, but we experience the probability of I should say the timeline of probability that most enhances and increases the development of the soul's journey, right? So we have choices within the game, and you may not understand why things are happening. This does feel like, though, you are in separation from the lover you would choose to be with. This does feel romantic, right? It's about a partner. I don't think we're talking business partner there. And if you have been through turmoil, which who hasn't this past year or so, a blessing will soon be revealed, because there's always a blessing in it. I mean, that's the nature of this universe, right? How many blessings have turned into curses and how many curses into blessings, right? That's just the waxing and the waning of things. Good luck, Leo. I'm Leo rising. I will take that into consideration. Virgos, not that we need oracle cards. I mean, we are Virgos. We'll figure it out eventually. But because I'm a Virgo, physical touch is important. And yes, it absolutely is for earth signs. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. Now, from 6 feet away, that's not as thrilling as you think, but that doesn't mean the gods can't make a way, right? So it feels like there's some touch me coming into our lives February 2021, and I'm down for that. My pantheons of love, would you care to elucidate and clarify for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs with that physical touch card? I'm ready to have my stuff touched, aren't you? Look deep within my heart, and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. This feels like an emotional deep tissue massage. This feels like there is going to be not just some passion expressed through physical touch, which we consider element of fire, but very much that element of water as spoken of. With my love for you is as deep as the ocean. You know, even in non-romantic context, right? When somebody you love is just out of the thin air here, that they are in mourning, and you just put your hand on their back. It's the love that heals and soothes. Doesn't mean their emotions are going to go away. Sometimes they cry harder because you are giving them the support that they need in their energy system. Now imagine that with somebody whose love for you is as deep as the ocean. Yes, I suppose this could be outside of the romantic genre. But I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. That also speaks of, not for everybody perhaps, but an empathic bond, right? There's telepathic, which is third eye, right? And then there's empathic, which can be not just heart, but solar plexus, sacrum, and even root chakras. I mean, we're all one anyway. Oh, the quantum entanglement, the quantum entanglement. Interesting, Virgo. Will give you a bit to think about when somebody comes in and wants to touch your stuff. Just scan them for a minute. Feel them out. Can you feel their love in your heart as deep as the ocean? Let's find out. Neat. Libra. Libra in Venus that I am. Speak the language of love. Oh, we got enough songs that we can do that with, huh? It does make the world go round. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. I will say for Libra, I have Mercury conjunct Venus in Libra. So when I fall in love, I am, let's just call it what it is, poetic as fuck. The language of love flies out of me. My fingers, my mouth, just I live and breathe that. It's just part of who I am. I have Libra in third house because I'm Leo rising, so you can imagine, right, the communication that goes on. So, but there's something here that has the power to change someone's life, including your own. This might be something that really needs to be said, and maybe it needs to be said in a loving way. So please clarify my pantheons of love for the Libra Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2020. Want a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. This might be you receiving this. This might be mutual, right? But definitely communication is coming in. A message for you, right? Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Now, everybody wants to hear those words. Maybe not from everybody on planet Earth, but everybody on planet Earth really on some level wants to hear those words. And by all means, say it to yourself. You may not feel it right away, but eventually you will mean it. Right? There's nothing like giving yourself the love that only you can give you. If everybody else gives you all the love they can, there's still going to be that peace that only you can give you that love, right? But I do feel like this is a message coming in for the Libras. And this has been in other readings that I've had done for myself as well, both on YouTube and from friends I trust, that it does seem like that with this Mercury retrograde, a lot of old stuff, because people have had the past year or so to reflect, right, with limited in space. Like everybody got the fucking hermit card last year, so to speak, except for some people. So a lot of people have thought things over and felt things out and maybe done a shit ton of shadow work that now they very well maybe, or maybe you are ready to send that message to speak the language of love. Work. Love it. Scorpios. Spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Now that's lovely. That this relationship at first, right? It's like this relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. That doesn't necessarily mean it's easy. In fact, that means you probably have unfinished business with this person, or at least some form of soul contract, right? Soul contracts, twin flames and soulmates are not the same thing. Please go watch the Matt Kahn video, Soul Contracts, Twin Flames and Soulmates Redefined. I love his redefinition, and it's what I base my work on with my clients and on YouTube in terms of those two very different soul contracts. So please, my pantheons of love for the Scorpios with spiritual connection, please clarify for them. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021. Ooh, a long one. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Now, I will say, because when this card comes up, it's come up before, I just gave you a video assignment to watch Matt Kahn, All for Love. Matt Kahn, All for Love is the name of his channel. Go check out Greg Braden, Hay House author, NASA physicist, I think at one point in his career, called The Seven Essene, E-S-S-E-N-E, Mirrors. Because the mirror of you spot it, you got it is only the first of 7 mirrors. It's called the mirror of now, right? The second mirror is called the mirror of judgment, something that you may not do, but that you judge in others. Now, the motivation behind that is true. When we're afraid, when we're in pain, very Scorpio things to hide that stuff, it does tend to project itself outwards. So if you are an emotionally current, saying, you know, kind of healing the backlog, unpacking the emotional baggage, throwing out what no longer serves, putting away what does, the wisdom that you've gained from that, that's certainly going to make this a lot easier. But with a spiritual connection that is involving reincarnation, it does show an ongoing, unbroken line in a relationship where something of larger import is being learned on probably both of your behalves. But for you, Scorpio, maybe you are being projected upon, right? When people don't deal with their shadow, the Course in Miracles says what is repressed must be projected, right? There's so many examples of that I could spend all day doing that. But let's just say, let's keep it on the up and up. Let's say someone is very, very annoyed at somebody because they don't, put the cap back on the toothpaste, right? Let's keep it really benign, right? And it builds up and it builds up and they don't deal with it and they don't deal with it. And one day they look at them the wrong way and they cut their fucking heads off, right? Symbolically speaking. I mean, literal decapitation is it's not good. And Scorpios are sort of known for that, right? Like they build up the toxin, and then, you fart in the wrong key and they zap you, right? So keep that in mind. And this is a past life thing. So this is really between you and another person. But just be aware of that anyway. And certainly check out the 7 Essene Mirrors, the video on YouTube. It's like a good 2-hour lecture, I think maybe even longer. All right, let's move on. Our last line of 4, Sagittarians. You've got listen with your heart. Speak up. Listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. Now, it would be interesting to see if the Sagittarius is dealing with a Libra, right? If that's the T going down there, right? Because the Libra's got something to say and the Sagittarian has to hear it. Now, it doesn't say anything here about communicating back. You're listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. And sometimes that's just the compassion of, even if somebody is just venting the same story they do every single day, where you really understand it's not so much that they're stuck, but they're in process, right? And being an active listener, right? To be in the present moment, not waiting to hear what they say next. So instead of being up here, be in here. Even if the silent mantra is, may you be blessed. May you be blessed. Particularly if it starts like this, may you be blessed. It works. No one has to be. Do not purify thyself before coming to me. I am the purifier, says the divine. All right, so please clarify, listen with your heart. For the Sagittarians, only time will tell. What is that, Asia? Only time will tell. Right? Only time will tell, and listen with your heart. Yeah, it's like we got Asia and heart. I'm Generation X. I love that music still. Good God Almighty. Only time will tell. Listen with your heart. Look, there might be some pieces of information here. Oh, that's an interesting way to read that. Thank you. There might be pieces of information missing in a conversation here, but if you listen with your heart, you'll hear it. Not so much here, but you'll feel it here. Sort of like you will know in your truth. Now, every chakra has its own language, so to speak. The heart chakra really opens and closes, right? Just like it does, right? Like the actual muscle, which is to the left, let's be clear. The cardiac is over here. The anahata means unstuck, right? So to pay attention, that only time will tell. And you may receive something in that only time will tell what that means, or until it reveals itself. In other words, you're hunting for truth, Sagittarians. It's what you do. But listen with an open heart, and I bet you hear things differently than what is actually being said, if what is being said is being danced around. Yeah, international sign language for something being danced around. Capricorns, let's get serious, Capricorns. Back to what you love. Brilliant. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. Now, if I got that yesterday, I would have probably thrown this card outside in the snow. I'm in New York. Because like the video, like everything, it was such a Mercury retrograde day. But it did give me a day off because I knew it was taking forever. It took 24 hours about for the Angels and Archetypes reading that I did. It was supposed to go out yesterday. Didn't finish processing for it. Yeah, I woke up this morning, it was done. So, you know, I was like, why make another one? It's just going to take as long. So I didn't. And I really like did stuff around the house and got back to the things that I love. And actually had a very, very lovely day yesterday, and I'm back fully recharged. So this opportunity, your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you love. Now that's very much a self-love thing, but let's see what the pantheons have to say. Please breathe. My pantheons of love, please. One card in clarity. Clarify that, please, for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, February. I feel you, February 2021. Close your eyes. Go ahead, close your eyes, whatever. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Now that's funny. It's saying current situation and circumstances you currently find yourself in. I find that enough of a mirror in terms of language, right? These two cards are saying, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful, because joy is not something that comes from the outside anyway. It is the natural state of the soul, according to Eckhart Tolle. And you know what? He's a friend of Oprah. I'll take that in, right? That when we are at peace, regardless of what's going on around us, right? Regardless of what's going on, the situation that you currently find yourself in, you're getting back to what you love. And what if that is something that really not just so much brings you joy, but allows the natural state of your being, your true soul, to express itself. Like there are days when I am, you know, setting up the camera and all this stuff, I'm having a field day, right? It's like I've got an 80s playlist in the background, you know, little 90s in there, some Elastica, right, ready to go, some Blondie here and there. And you know, I'm in lockdown. I have older parents that I visit every 3 months upstate. So it's not like I'm having tons of people over. And it's really given me an opportunity, instead of being bored, and I do get bored, everybody does. But I really take that time to say, all right, well, what do I want, right? It gets me back to considering what it is that I want. And sometimes it's a nap. Thank you very much. Because, you know, I'm 52. I know I don't look it, but I'm 52. Aqualungs. We have actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. Now I have to, like I said before, it seemed like a lot of these are very active. Physical touch, right? Take a chance on love for Aries. Be willing to express love. Taurus, show simple acts of kindness. Romance here, lavish, the one that you love. The act as if your partner's here feels more internal than external, more feminine energy than masculine energy in terms of expression. Virgo, physical touch is important. Definitely feels like something physically or message for you. Feels like communication external. Scorpio, of course, has one that's a bit trickier about, you know, projection and a spiritual connection from other lives. Even only time will tell for the Sagittarius here seems more internal. Listen with your heart. Back to what you love. That feels a little mix of masculine, feminine, but actions speak loudly. That is really clear. Express your love through your actions. Now, similar to show simple acts of kindness here, we really have this dynamic of it being in your power to move a piece on the chessboard. Let's see what that looks like. Actions speak loudly, but that doesn't mean, you know, standing outside someone's window with a boombox in your eyes. John Cusack. I'd still make out with him. I know he's married with kids. I'm not going to break up his marriage. Breathe. Oh, you Aquarians, you're so egalitarian, which also sort of rhymes. Please, my pantheons of love, clarify this for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, February 2021. Actions speak loudly, my beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. If you are in separation, which one would think this is, or if you have not met this person, then what actions would speak loudly? Look, if you haven't met the person, you're not with somebody, you're single, you're like, I have a uncle, I don't care, right? Then what action could you take that would speak loudly, if not to another, then to yourself, to the gods, to the angels, to the pantheons of love, right? Actions speak loudly. They do not have to be grandiose, but they can hold great grandeur. Not great grandma, grandeur. Look it up, Grandeur, right? It's the opposite of grandiosity is grandeur. It is something that perhaps the power of the mountain is in the mustard seed, like a simple act of kindness, but an action of love in some way, expressing your love. Now that can be for anything. That can be for the divine, for yourself, for nature, but my sense of this is that this is a message coming to you, my beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time, nothing is missing. So what I'm getting, Aquariums, is that, don't overthink it. Feel it. Feel it in the heart. Well, should I do this, or should I do that, or should I do that? If you find yourself anticipating worst case scenarios, the ego has you. Take a break, relax, take a deep breath. Tune into your heart. Love that part of you that's afraid of doing the wrong thing. Let it have its voice. Let that storm pass, and then see what rises up in you organically. Not so much an impulse, but an intuitive nudge. Text them. Something like that. Now, within boundaries, obviously, we have to do this in healthy ways, but if this is somebody that you know, actions speak loudly. I think for some of you watching this, you're not so sure what to do about that, but it feels like regardless of the form of the action taken, the content is more important. And I don't necessarily just mean the words. I mean that you are expressing your love through some form of action. Pisces. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Yeah, because that's so easy. But honestly, endurance is the grace of endurance. Carolyn Mace tuned me on to that grace, which also rhymes, right? The grace of endurance, I call it the crone grace. Oh, great crone, grant me the grace of endurance, a strength from beyond this world, that I may endure all that is required for me all the way home, right? To endure, particularly love. Now, of course, every relationship has to endure certain hardships, bumps in the road, separations, arguments, and stuff like that. But there's something here about being hopeful as well, right? To find that star of hope and guide yourself by it. Keep your eyes on the road, but let the star guide you, my Pisces. I am a Pisces moon. Trust me, I know that which I speak. Breathe, my pantheons of love. Please clarify for the Pisces collective. I know I'm wicked skeptical right now. For the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, love endures. February 2021. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Now, let's talk about love endures. Isn't that what it's saying? That at the end of this, when we exit the stage, right? We entered at birth, we exit at death. We go back into the green room. We have a cup of coffee. We, do a little Juvederm. We get a manicure, pedicure, facial massage. Down in the underworld, the Elysian Fields, which I named my house after, the spa section, right? We grow young, and then we come back again. But the connective thread through all of it, remember Pisces, last sign of the zodiac, the 12th house, all the other signs exist within us. That's why we're so fucking empathic and intuitive, no more or less than any other sign, but we can really feel what other people are feeling. If not directly in our own cell tissue, we can certainly have that compassion and understand, or perhaps tie an anchor to their leg and throw them under the water and drown them. Dolphin and shark, that's my Pisces duo there. So love endures. To know that you are creating memories, even if it's hard. This is hard, man. This past year as an empath, like, I'm not just socially empathic, I was born that way. Oh my God, every time I hear Sarah McLachlan on the TV, I dive for that remote. I already have 3 rescue cats, all black, all wonderful. But also feeling everybody's everything, right? Feeling the frustration and the sadness and the lost dreams and the lost hopes. But your message is love endures, because love is eternal. It is not of this world. We incarnate to bring that eternal truth, light, power, wisdom into form with every moment that we breathe, because we are love incarnate and not just the Pisces, although some days it feels that way. So there you have it. Let me put it all together for you as I put them away. Aries, you've got Take a Chance on Love. When we start to love, our lives are changed for the better with passion. It's such a flashback. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at the moment. Enjoy it. For Taurus, you've got Be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love with healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationships being healed this very moment. Very visual. You can even just feel it. You don't always have to see it for it to work. Gemini, show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. With romance, Cupid arrow strikes. Go for it. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart. I don't know why the 80s are flashing back to me so strong, except I'm me. Cancerian, romance, lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. Emotions are a natural, necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment, which means before you lavish or are lavish, take some time. Rest yourself. Allow those emotions to process through you. You got to feel it to heal it, but you are not your emotions. They pass through you like waves. For Leo, act as if your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. Act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. And you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Virgo, Bonana Fenifer Virgo, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean, and physical touch is important. I was feeling done in. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. Am I blushing? I'm shocked that I still have the blood to do it. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. Or reach around, but that's just me. Message for you, my Libras. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you, and speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. That just feels so on point for me personally, as Venus in Libra, but we will see what comes in February. It is Valentine's Day coming, and Mercury retrograde. Scorpio, spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Beware of what you are projecting, which means be aware of what you're projecting. For the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection, and I feel like that can go both ways. In fact, it often does go both ways. So you may be projected upon in this past life return. Sagittarians, only time will tell. Listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said, but you need to listen with a loving heart, and particularly if that's your own guidance. Like if your heart is saying something, pay attention to that, because only time will tell. Capricorns, back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want, and close your eyes. I would literally do this if I got this card today. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. Here, let's do it. Ready? You deserve to be joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. And Capricorns, that's a challenge, right? You're so used to working so hard for even the tiniest little aperitif of joy. So get to it. You are worthy. We all are. Aquariums, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. So actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. And last card down, my fishy family, my mer people. Love endures. Mer. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Of course it does, because it's eternal. And us being that, easier said than done. But when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. And that is absolutely the truth, because love is the only thing that's real. Course in Miracles even says, this course does not seek to teach the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It teaches instead how to remove the obstacles to love's presence, which is our natural inheritance, meaning that that is something that we are, something that is not just owed us, but something that will eventually be ours, and we can be that now, but we do take it. You know, they say you can't take it with you, the love you do, and it's the only thing you do. That's why you don't remember your lives so clearly. You even leave those behind. So what a lovely, intense, powerful all signs reading. Thank you so much for watching. If something resonated and you liked it, like it. If you want more, subscribe. And please feel free to comment. Just say, you know, what the sign is that you are in dealing with, because I do like the comments. And sometimes someone has a question. It's rare, but sometimes someone has a question. I do try and answer those. It's a busy recording day. It's a Tuesday. It's Blessed Candlemas, Imbolc, Groundhog's Day. Today is February 2nd. Let's hope this one gets out today. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed, my YouTube friends. Really, truly, a blessed February for all of us. Blessed Imbolc. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.